Well, we just had the 25th of March state elections for New South Wales, and congratulations to the Labor Party and the incoming Premier, the new fresh-faced Christopher Minns. He conducted a very good campaign. He's a good guy. Decent campaign it was, just sticking to the policies, and so too did the outgoing Premier Perrottet. Both candidates ran exemplary campaigns, and I'd like to congratulate both sides of politics for keeping this election non-personal. So I'm very, very happy with that. Not so happy with the result. Of course, I'm Conservative, and Perrottet was fighting an uphill battle for the coalition, that is the Liberal Party with the Nationals, because it would have been their 12th year in government, and they would have gone on to 16 years, and it just doesn't happen in Australian politics. It's extremely rare. I think it's happened maybe once over 60 or 70 years ago. But the thing about it is that it was time for a change, and the people of New South Wales wanted to give a half respectable opponent a fair dinkum crack at the title, and that was Christopher Minns. And I think he will be a good Premier. I won't say a great Premier, but I will reserve any criticism for the first 6 months. I'll give him plenty of time to settle in, and but we will be holding the Labor Party's bellies to the fire after 6 months. Now, just all is not lost, because we have actually got some very good ladies in the coalition who could be contesting the leadership, and I do hope that they do. If you'd like to find out who I would like to see as the new leader of the opposition for the coalition, go to my Twitter site, which is Lord Reags of Oz, LordReagsOFOZ, and you'll see 3 or 4 ladies that I would like to see as contenders, at least, going in against the Treasurer, because the Treasurer has admitted that his portfolios of the Treasury and also energy are going to be extremely draining, and he needs to focus full time on those extremely important portfolios, and it's just not easy to also be Premier and straddling those 2 massive portfolios. Now, I'd just like to share with you the seats that have been retained by the Nationals, firstly. That's half of the coalition. They've held Upper Hunter, which is great. That's where Lord Reags of Oz lives. Tweed, Tamworth. Oxley, Northern Tablelands, Myall Lakes, Dubbo, Cootamundra, Clarence, Coffs Harbour and Bathurst. The Liberal Party has held Badgerys Creek, Castle Hill, where we had our school reunion, Cronulla, where Lord Reags was baptised at St Aloysius Church, Davidson, Drummoyne, where Lord Reags went to the Drummoyne Boys High School, Epping, Hawkesbury, where Lord Reags went to Richmond High School, Hornsby, where Lord Reags is a member of the Hornsby RSL and goes to balls there sometimes for good charitable causes, Kellyville, where Lord Reags used to trial greyhounds with his Uncle George when the Coochies had it, Lane Cove, Manly, where Lord Reags lived at North Manly, and had one of his first jobs in the Commercial Bank of Australia at DY, North Shore, Port Macquarie, Vaucluse, where Mum grew up, and Wahroonga, where Lord Reags' good friends, the Ainsworths, live. Or lived until recent times. Bill passed away about 20 years ago, I think. But Rosemary, you're still there. Hello, Rosemary. So that's the situation. The Nats and the Libs have lost, but they can still hold their heads high, because I think most of the ministers have not been ousted. So they're just going to become shadow ministers now. So there you have it. Congratulations to the new Premier of New South Wales, Christopher Minns. Great campaign by both sides, and let's have more of that, because Australia is fortunate to have common sense politics And look, the long and short of it is, irrespective of which major party gets elected, we do have sensible governments, with a few possible exceptions. But historically, over a century, we have had very good governments, and but that's because we've had very strong, sensible oppositions, and we do need a strong, sensible opposition, and now we've got one in coalition, and it was long overdue, so congratulations to the Labor Party. But unfortunately, every state now on the mainland is no longer in Liberal coalition hands. So that's a problem. It's in ALP hands, and that's very, very unusual. And it's not good to have a Labor federal government and every state being Labor as well, because that's pretty much a domination, and it's always good to have opposing governments. Like, it was good to have a coalition state government and a Labor federal government, but now that's not the case. So let's hope complacency does not raise its ugly head. This is Lord Reags of Oz. I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank you very much for watching and listening, and we do acknowledge that we are making this recording on Indigenous land of the first owners of Australia. That's the Aborigine people, and good on them, our brothers, sisters, cousins, and good luck with the voice to Parliament.